got it. Elevation's good. You're right on the left edge.
Okay.
Hey guys, Brandon here with Texas Plinking with another review. This is kind of going to be a tabletop review, but I do have some shooting demonstrations to show you guys from another video I'll put into here of shooting long range, even out to 1,000 yards. Before we even get to the shooting, I just kind of wanted to run through some of the features about this. So without any further ado, this is the Accuracy International's AWM, chambered in 300 Win Mag. AWM for Arctic Warfare Magnum. So about Accuracy Internationals, I'm sure you guys have heard of them, but they are a British rifle manufacturer that make pretty much some top tier stuff. It's pretty hard to beat. For example, let's go ahead and drop this mag here. The action itself is just bulletproof and just slick as ice. It's just so good. It's under a little bit of spring tension here, as you can see, so you kind of just push forward, put it back, and right when you lift up, it just springs out some. I can just make a review on the action alone. But yeah, along with just a smooth action and just being so reliable, obviously for military applications, because many armed forces out there use Accuracy International products as well, and probably police units as well, because they are just no questions asked. They're just fantastic. They just never fail you. But along with that, everything that goes along with this one. So like I said, this AWM in particular is chambered in 300 Win Mag. It features a 26-inch barrel with some very deep straight flutes as well, and a nice muzzle brake. Overall, the weight on this thing, I believe it's like 14 pounds or so, but it handles a 300 Win Mag very well, coupled with the muzzle brake as well. I could shoot this all day long if my wallet allowed me. But yeah, this stock in particular is the non-folding variation with this little adjustable monopod. Kind of rare to see that combination, but very nice, and then pretty nice butt pad as well, mitigating some of the recoil from the 300 Win Mag. Now, speaking of military applications with the AWM, this very similar platform, this Accuracy Internationals, was used for the second longest confirmed kill, only second to the Macmillan Tech 50 BMG rifle that broke that record back in just May of 2017. Before that was one of these Accuracy Internationals chambered in 338 Lapua, and it got a confirmed kill, I believe actually 2 confirmed kills at this range, 2,707 yards, and on that day I believe he also destroyed a piece of equipment like a satellite or something like that. Shooter did say that the conditions were absolutely perfect though, but no matter the conditions, to do something like that at over 2,700 yards away on the field, that's pretty darn impressive. So that just speaks volumes to the potential of these rifles. So this 300 Win Mag takes these 5-round mags as well as these hilariously monstrous 10-round mags. Just to show you guys what that looks like inserted in here, it's pretty hilarious. So a lot of firepower with the 10-round 300 Win Mag, as you guys can see there. So yeah, hilariously large capacity magazine there for what it is, 300 Win Mag. But yeah, realistically, I don't know when you're gonna want to run a 10-round mag, but that's nice that you have that option as well. So put the 5-rounder back in there. It's kind of the dimensions you'll most likely see it in. The bolt will not go forward, kind of like an AR, unless kind of depressed there. It's kind of indicating there's a round. But yeah, there you go. And actually, back to the bolt, let me go ahead and drop this mag as well. The way you remove the bolt, this is where the advantage kind of comes into the folding stock variant. That's why they did that later. You pull the bolt back here, and on the left side, you press that, and then it will come off. But this is an adjustable cheek riser, so you're gonna need these 2 Allen pieces here to adjust the comb height, or just take it all the way off so it allows enough room for the bolt to go all the way back. The folding stock is nice because you can just do that and then the bolt can come out. So you're not gonna really be needing to remove the bolt all that often anyway. But when you do want to clean the bore and just take out the bolt for whatever reason, you have to remove that cheek piece there. But yeah, no worries there, because like I said, you don't need to do that too often. So I want to talk about kind of the ergonomics on this rifle, starting with the monopod that I kind of already mentioned, just lefty loosey, righty tighty, just to bring it up and down a bit. This is fully extended right here, so just to give you that little bit of extra if you need it. Go ahead and put that all the way in. There we go. And the bipod itself is pretty cool. So right now the way it is, it's kind of loose just so you could kind of pivot your shot a little bit with like fine adjustments. But the way you can collapse that is just fold it in like this, bring it forward, or bring it back. And what I accidentally did there, if you guys could see, I accidentally hit that little lever there, which will extend it. So you go ahead and press it, kind of put the weight down on it. But yeah, these little things, you just pinch those and the bipod can get really elevated, as you guys can see. We're gonna go ahead and put that all the way back. All right, with that all the way down, you can also pinch it and bring it up forward as well. Just watch out for those little things. You don't want to extend it like I just did on accident. But anyway, there it is. And then you can also press this little button right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then remove the whole bipod forward if you guys don't need it, or just packing it away in the carry case and all that good stuff. But go ahead and deploy that back. Don't need to press anything, just line it up. and then hear that click, pinch, and release. So yeah, pretty quick activated bipod. I really do like the ergonomics of that. Still going along with the lines of ergonomics and all that stuff, this is a very, very distinguished design of the Accuracy Internationals. This kind of thumb hole right here, so you could grab it right here. I'm sitting down, so I mean, I could still do it, but it's just very, very comfortable to shoot. This thumb hole right here just kind of mitigates the weight, I think. The weight helps mitigate the recoil, and I think just overall the ergonomics on it mitigate the weight. So it just helps out very, very nicely. So got the thumb hole right here, put on your shoulder, and it does not feel as heavy as it is. Also, you have these little grooves right here on either side of the rifle that just seem to naturally, I mean, as simple as a design as that little groove is on both sides, my thumb seems to just go right into place, and these little fingers right here just seem to kind of find it if you are having to shoulder it for some reason, but just kind of speaks to the ergonomics on it. Really, really nice. As far as sling attachment points on either side, right here and here, no quick detach or whatever, it's just these standard holes for the sling attachment points. What else? So let's go ahead and cycle it, obviously, make sure it is clear. Let's talk about the trigger. It is a 2-stage. I believe I heard it is adjustable, but the way this one's set up right now is pretty nice. It's a little heavier than your traditional precision rifles, but it is a 2-stage. The first stage is, I wouldn't say spongy because it is very, very linear, but it's just a heavier first stage and a little longer than I'm used to for first stage as well, but that's kind of fine for me. I've been using this, went out shooting it yesterday and actually fell in love with the trigger pull once I get used to it. So yeah, first stage, I'll have to get a close-up, but a longer first stage than I'm used to. Pretty good spring tension, but it hits that definitive wall, and from there, probably a pound, maybe a pound and a half from that first stage. And the first stage, like I said, is a little heavier and longer than most two stages, but that could be adjustable. But yeah, the way this is set up, I kind of like the heavier first, and then that predictable break. Really do like that. So in military applications, you'll probably appropriately see this fitted with a Schmidt & Bender, probably PM2 or something along those lines. But the owner of this rifle, if I haven't mentioned already, this is on loan for me from a buddy of mine, but he actually bought this pre-owned, and it came with the Night Force, what is it, NXS? Yeah, I think it was a 4 to, who cares, whatever it is, he sold it. But then he put this on here. He had this scope already, he loves it, and I don't blame him for that. This is a really great optic. If you couldn't tell, it's a Night Force ATAC R 5-25 by 56. Yeah, fantastic glass. Absolutely love the use of that alone. I actually made a video on this scope, review of this scope alone, so I'm not going to drone too far into that. But if you guys are interested in this scope, I'll put the link in the description. Great scope on a Night Force, super light, one-piece mount. So yeah, pretty sweet rig the way it's set up. So I guess I ran over the whole tabletop part of this review, all the ergonomics, and just talking about the feel of it and all that good stuff. So I guess we'll just go into the shooting portion. Like I said, this is from another video when I did the comparison with 6.5 versus 300 Win Mag, just for fun. So I'm going to just show you guys that shooting demonstration on here. So we go out to 250 yards, do 2 shots there. Then we go out to 500 yards. I think I did 3 shots there. Then I did 656 yards or 600 meters because there's like this little popper, maybe about 6 inches, maybe 5 inches or so. I never measured it, but little swinger about this big. Hit that, I think it was 3 times. Then went up to 750 yards, then 1,000. Hit those a few times as well. And on a lot of those, you can see the bullet trace as well. One thing I didn't mention on that comparison video though was the conditions. It was about maybe, I think it was like 37 degrees, which for a Texan is horribly cold. But it was just the wind that was crazy. But even then, I'm just not making an excuse because it shot very, very well. But it was consistent, I think about 7-mile-an-hour winds, and then it would gust sometimes up to 15 plus mile-an-hour winds, sometimes even more, about 20 or so. A little unpredictable. So now with that basis, now watch the video and be impressed with the rifle. So I am shooting some Hornady 178 grain ELD match. Although the owner of this one, I just got that just for the sake of making that video. I was comparing it with some 6.5 ELDM. But I heard that most people like to shoot the Federal Gold Medal 190 grain Sierra Match King, which the owner of this does like to shoot, and it groups very, very well. Sub MOA is not even worth mentioning. It's more like sub half-minute of angle. If you shoot a half-minute of angle group with this thing, you're pulled some of those, and you're just getting warmed up because this rifle is capable of putting all shots in the same hole. So with that said, I'm not doing a grouping test on this one just because I didn't get to do that yesterday, but long range, you know, writes the story pretty well. So hope you guys enjoy that, and I'll close out the video when we get back.
Dead center. elevation's good. You're right on the left edge.
Okay.
Hit. 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 That was just below the black line on the left side of the plate. That black dot there. You laid. That was a hit on the left edge.
All right. All right, I think right kind of in the nick of time because I'm losing some sunlight here, but yeah, as you guys can see, it shot very, very well. I don't know if you guys can hear through the mic, but all the buffeting of the wind and all that kind of stuff. But even then, this thing shot very, very well with the 178 grain, but preferably you might want to shoot the 190 grain from Federal. That Federal, I think, runs for, on Bud's Gun Shop, $2.13 a shot versus I was paying $1.62 a shot for the AWM, which isn't too terrible for 300 Win Mag that was, you know, obviously holding its own at 1,000 yards. But with that said, I think I ran over everything we're talking about in this kind of tabletop review. Like I said, this belongs to a buddy of mine, so whenever we go out, I'll probably make some more videos as well. So this probably won't be the last time you see this rifle. But with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys next time.